Last week, we shared Usher's story with you. 4 years ago, when his wife left him, Ian decided to make lemonade out of lemons. He sold all of his possessions on eBay, racking in a cool $300,000. Ian then used that money to travel the world, completing 100 life goals in 100 weeks. Ian joins us now on the phone. Hello, Ian. Thanks for speaking to Trending Now.
Hi, Melissa. Thanks for having me on.
So why did you decide to accomplish 100 goals in 100 weeks?
Well, during the process of putting my life up for sale and moving on from the previous part of my life, I was asked in interviews, I was interviewed many times, I was asked in interviews, what will you do once you've sold your life? And my sort of rather glib answer tended to be, well, I can do anything I like. So I wondered what it is that I really wanted to do, and started writing down and pulling together old lists that I had of things that I always wanted to do. And that just grew into a list heading up towards 100. And I thought, right, I need a timeline to challenge myself a bit. And it became 100 goals in 100 weeks. That's how it developed.
So what was your favorite goal that you've accomplished?
One of the most spectacular things I saw, I went swimming with a mother humpback whale in her car off the coast of Japan. That was quite incredible. I ran with the bulls in Pamplona. That was the scariest thing I've ever done.
Were there any downsides to try to accomplish your goals? Now, you just mentioned running with the bulls was pretty scary. What else happened?
One of the big downsides for me, really, was that I'd sort of put this timeline and challenged myself to do it in a certain time, which meant I was always moving on from one place to the next. I could have spent months, I think, in China and really, at times, wished I'd have to rush on with the next thing.
So besides the completion of your goals in 100 weeks, how else has your life changed?
I met a new partner on the way. I met a new lady of my life on my travels in Canada as I went to achieve one of the goals there, dog sledding in the wilderness. I met a girl who has since become my partner. So their life has sort of had an upturn in the romantic department as well, which has I wrote quite a bit about this in the book. I wrote about the travels and called that the sort of unwritten goal 101 that I guess was sort of hidden behind all the others. That perhaps, as I travelled, it would have been nice to find a new partner to enjoy the rest of life's journey with.
Well, congratulations on your new love. That's awesome. But you also now own an island, and you were just saying something about your new book. Tell me about both of those.
Yes. The book, first of all, I finished that pretty much as I finished my travels. I wrote a book which I called A Life Sold, Whatever Happened to That Guy Who Sold His Life on eBay. The island, yes, this is sort of a fairly random thing, but I happened to be reading an online article somewhere about the cheapest places in the world to live. And Panama came up in this article, particularly the Caribbean coast of Panama. So my partner, Maureen, and I took a trip down here on what was meant to be just a property fact-finding mission. But we saw this piece of property. I made what I thought was a ridiculous offer and ended up getting it got accepted, and I found myself the owner of a little Caribbean island just off the coast of Panama.
Ian, that's incredible. Now, we also hear that your story might be made into a movie. What can you share with us about that?
Well, yes. From very early on, when I first announced, I was going to sell my life and move on, there was interest from various movie studios and producers, and ultimately that came out to a deal with Walt Disney Pictures. They took out an option which they held for 3 years, and then they finally exercised that option and now own the right to make a movie about the story of a guy who put his life up for sale on eBay. So,
okay, now here's the million-dollar question. Who do you want to play you in your life story?
I'd like it to be an English or UK actor. And the name I keep sort of somewhat tongue-in-cheek banding about is Ewan McGregor. I think he'd be awesome for the role. And also, somewhat selfishly, I think he'd be great fun to hang out with if I sort of got to go and hang out on set a bit. I think.
Thank you for joining us, Ian. We wish you the very best of luck. Now, what do you think of Ian's story? Let us know on Facebook or by following us on Twitter at Yahoo Trending. Have a great weekend, y'all.